All right, guys, what's your scent of the day? What are you guys wearing? I got a powerhouse, at least in the fragrance community, on today that matches the title. I don't know if this review, I'm not ready for this fragrance review yet. I have to wear this a couple more times. I knew I was doing this review, so I put this frag on. It's Creed Viking. I have a really cool macro of this. Let's see if I can get it developed and on this video in time. So that's about 3 ml of Viking. Creek counter generously gave me. In Vegas, they wouldn't give me any. I didn't ask. But I definitely, if I would have loved fragrances, I would have bought a bottle just as in Vegas kind of thing. And bad experience. Anyways, Creed Royal Oud today. This is Brandon, therapeutic fragrance. I've been debating whether to take on the House of Creed or not. It's the most talked about house on social media, YouTube. I mean, I want to say hyped house also. I usually try to avoid that. I've avoided the big A so far. We'll see if that continues. Maybe if I get a batch that I know I'm going to love. But here we are, Royal Oud. Yeah, stay tuned for the review. All right, guys, Creed Royal Oud. Prices are all over the spectrum on this. It's the most grossly overpriced house out there, in my opinion. And then for them to allow the discounters to do what they do, it's just, I think it's a bad presentation for the whole market. I know a lot of you guys, I bought from discounters, I get it. But it's just, personally, if I bought the bottle for $540, this was at 4 ounces, $540. If I bought that and went and found I could buy it for more than half off, I mean, it's not good business. It's not good at anything. Come on, Creed, get your stuff together. Part of my channel is to make the perfume community better. This is a part that needs fixed. I don't know what the answer is, because obviously they're just getting guys that are in Vegas, that are in their boutiques, willing to drop whatever, not even caring. And then, but the people who push it and whatever to hunt, they're allowing them to hunt it down on the discounters and have this big gap. But what about the guy that doesn't know how to hunt down, that's actually honest and just wants to go in the store and buy it? There's got to be some fix for this in the community for this. My solution is launch your $540 one and make it your best version ever with tons of naturals and get rid of just put in your best ingredients there is. So if you can afford to take 60% off, obviously your markup and your ingredients, come on, let's get real. And then make one that is downgraded, heavier synthetic, cheaper ingredients. It's the best answer I can come with. I know it's not the answer, but that's what I'm putting out there. Anyways, I've said my piece about it. My problem with Creed, it might come up if I do another Creed review. $540, 4 ounces. That's full price. You guys know the history better than I do. I don't need to get into it. It's multiple generation company. They've made fragrances for prime ministers, presidents, have worn them as signature scents. If you go through the list of famous people who wear fragrances, Creed is usually on there. They have the most popular fragrance right now on the market. I don't even have to say the name. You guys already know it. This is getting a 4.41 out of 5 on Fragrantica, 1,743 votes. One of the most voted on perfumes that I've critiqued because I usually don't do the mainstream ones. This is probably one of the most mainstream ones I have done so far. Maybe the Mugler. I think there's one with 3,000 votes, so this is one I don't do many. Notes, let's get into notes. Lemon, pinkberry, bergamot, cedar, galbanum, and angelic root. Regal Indian Oud, sandalwood, and Tonkin musk. Launched in 2011 by Oliver Creed, 6th generation Creed. So they did put Indian Oud on the ingredients list. They put Oud in the name. A pet peeve of mine, unless if you're going to put the ingredient in the name, better be the ingredient. This would score 10 times higher if they just took that, not 10 times higher, but would score a lot higher if they just called it Royal, Creed Royal, took the Oud out of the name. There's definitely a synthetic Oud accord in there. I'm sure they used all natural Oud because they know they're going to get their ingredients tested by gas machines and whatnot. So I'm sure they put a bit of real Oud in there, especially putting on the list of notes. This is what I'm talking about. I wish $540 bottle had the real Oud in it with their lovely synthetic house accord. Make no mistake about it. The Creed Accord is, I mean, it's one of the most loved. It's popular for a reason. There are a few people that don't like it, but most people love the Accord. This, let's get into it. This has the biggest changes of any Creed for me, as far as changing that house Accord and what it's done. This is the first fragrance that I put on in Vegas before the 8 fragrances, the crazy night. Well, I did 2 of them, but this, I just meant going Creed. I just wanted to wear Aventus out and one other. I didn't know what that one other was going to be. So I smelled them all. Finally decided on, I'm just going to wear Royal Oud. So I put it on one arm, then spray Aventus on. And then the guy goes into the story about a couple others, and I end up spraying one on the neck. Okay, maybe I'll just do the neck. It'll be okay. And then that's just where it went downhill. And then found another designer shop, and I was like, maybe this part of my arm. It went downhill. But this is the first one. I've never even talked about it because of that, because of the mismatch of all the perfumes. I didn't know what was what. It was just the night of 8 perfumes. Talk about major layering. I do remember the smell, wearing this a couple more times. I don't want to love this. That's the mindset I came into it, and I had to tear that mindset down because that's not what this channel is about. It's not what my journey is about. It's about finding good stuff. This has a lot going on in it. This is actually a good fragrance. This is a good fragrance, guys. If you give patience, they did some good stuff. It's some people that I trust finally talked me into. That's why I revisited. I'm like, oh, they really love it this much. And then I get one guy goes off on it, falls in love with it. I usually don't pay much attention, but if like 2 of my guys do, then I'm like, what's going on here? So I'll visit it, and sure enough, if you just let it sit and have patience, it's a darn good fragrance. It really is. You do have to have patience. You do have to get it past the dirty animalic opening that people are mistaking for Oud. That's not what Oud is. They're mimicking it, definitely, but it's not the real thing. But what they do mimic works with their Accord. Their Accord is known to be clean, fresh without being soapy. Just like the best fresh Accord that I know of on the market that's mature, not overly done in any way. So that's there, and then they just have this dirtiness on top that it blended well. Nothing sticks out. Again, just blended back and forth like a music, listen to music up and down. It goes. It's a good song. Great song on the skin. Great wearing. Again, you have to go into an open mind on the opening. The opening is something else. compared to a Creed. Other houses I can see this, but because it tries to be clean Creed, but then it's not. And it works. It's a good frag. Just if you try it out, go in with an open mind on the spray. Okay, I'm not gonna first judge it. If you're into fragrances and different things, just let it sit, open mind, and then just let it work you. Just kind of let it work you. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's what people are getting. Like, it's really a good fragrance. This, to me, is like one of the biggest risks I see Creed taking. Maybe that's why I put the Oud name in there. You get away with a lot if you put that Oud name in there because it's the most uneducated ingredient in the Western market. I'll go on record saying that it is. When you hear I've been through almost everything on Oud on YouTube, and anything I get my hands on reading anywhere, I would say it's the most uneducated ingredient there is, for as much depth and volume that it has. And I think that's where, again, it's an ingredient that you have to take years to get to know and enjoy. And that's why I think these distillers are having success pushing it into our market slowly and getting a lot of reviewers on the hype train around it because they understand it and how it works and how these traditional ingredients work with it. Anyways, again, if this was just called Creed Royal, I mean, I could see liking this even more kind of thing. I'm expecting the Oud, it's not there. And I think that's what it was for the first time. I'm like, this isn't much. If there's any Oud in this, it's not much. I've already been through 10 oils at this point, and this isn't even close to the raw oils that I'm smelling. And you're charging $500. You're asking me to put down half of $1,000 in Vegas on this. I mean, I'm going to Morimoto's sushi house instead of buying this fragrance. And then I'll go online and buy the fragrance at a discounter when I get back home. That way I get high-end dinner. I still get the fragrance if I want it. Okay, rant's done. I hope I said it. I am trying to push this whole industry, doing my little piece in my little corner to a certain way, to behave good business. People don't feel ripped off, and showing that their value to ML, they're not matching up with other stuff that's on the market currently. The uniqueness of the top comes from the citrus. I've never seen a dirty fragrance this muddled yet be so crisp and fresh at the same time. I've never seen it done well. All the patchoulis that went through this, they just did not blend well. Something stuck out. Nothing at all sticks out here. The citrus comes and goes on this, transitions perfectly like a citrus should. It helps just cut in the middle of that fresh and dark ingredients that I'm talking about. The pomegranate note has to be the key difference doing this. Again, nice, clean, Christmassy notes, but then just these mean, dirty, like there's, and I don't want to say it in a bad way, but because it's not a bad way, they do it right. Like everything, it hits so many levels. Like it just hits, it's still a good melody. It's still a great song, even being dirty, even being clean, even being sweet. Pomegranate, where did that come from? Who thought of putting that in there? And then the notes there, pomegranate's there through all the stuff I'm talking about. The pretty ingredients have no business trying to hide this animalic beast that's there. It's like looking at a beast, but he's a pet. He's just sitting in the corner the whole time, but the fragrance is there. The fragrance is coming off of him. He's just not jumping on you, trying to bite and then ravage you, kill you kind of thing. He's just tamed, sitting there, good beast, but the aroma's there with all the other aromas in the house. It just, they just tame what's there. It doesn't come out at all through my wearing. It's pleasant. My mind's having a hard time going back and justifying this high price of ML to owning this. And yeah, it's on discounters. So, I mean, you literally get this thing for 70% cheaper. I found it at times if you're patient and play the little games they do, or I don't know if you guys know those games where they keep discounting more and more. Anyways, Talk to me on the side if you don't. I'm sure all you guys do. He's just taking a nap in the corner, just giving his essence off. Turns into just a soft, slightly gourmand musk and finishes off on your skin. Maybe 7 to 8 hours on this one. Lots of long fragrance for me. Other creeds, I couldn't get more than 3 hours out of every one of them. This one, and that's the soft skin set for the last 2 to 2.5 hours. But that slight gourmand musk just stayed on the skin for that long. All right, scoring for Creed Royal Oud. Addictiveness and originality, 13 out of 15. Projection and sillage, 4 out of 5. Longevity, a 4 out of 5. Composition, 22 out of 25. Ingredients, priced ml. This is where the fragrance took a huge hit. I have to judge it at retail, 15 out of 25. Top, heart and base. Top, 10 out of 10. Heart, 4 out of 5. Base, 8 out of 10. Score of 80. Share a bottle. This is definitely bottle worthy all day long at that discount price I talked about. You guys can find it, search it out there. I'll definitely make sure if I know how to get it, it's out there. I think every major discounter has it. So just look one up, FragranceNet. Just put in Royal Oud Creed on Google and push buy, and tons come up for this. And then you can play games with each one of them to get deeper discounts. Signature scent for sure on this one, all year long. Prince Henry, I see you wearing this one. 3 to 9 sprays for me. That's it. It's Creed Royal Oud. Peace out, guys. Be blessed.